Okay, we got a name. It's the Dead Onion podcast. Okay, what about like lengthwise? How long do you think it should be? I think
11 inches.
well.
Yeah,
So there we go. This is great material. We should be podcasting right now. This is great.
After you cut it in half, yeah?
We should.
We've got all this amazing material. Then when it comes to doing the podcast, watchers just have like nothing to say.
And suddenly after
Fucking
Schmatzer
die,
Baby
As,
Baby
as, just put this as its own video. Just like stream making up the podcast or something.
Should we call this like episode 0? Behind the scenes.
Episode 0 behind the scenes.
How we made the
Sorry.
shitty podcast. So this is episode 0 of the Dead Onion podcast.
Okay.
Yeah, now let's tell scary stories.
With me,
About
Ashbfc,
onions dying.
Techni,
User in your channel
But-
timed out.
Tree.
Yep, someone timed out.
It was
It was
lamb.
Well, Lamb got scared and left.
No,
This
it's
this whole thing is falling
Oh,
apart, and this is episode 0. What's episode
Well-
1 gonna be like?
Oh yeah, that's
Even worse.
Episode 1 is just gonna be insane.
Can you guys
Is
still
it?
hear my whining?
Not as badly actually.
By that, do you mean your voice or?
Oh!
Oh, come on, you set that up. Come on.
You knocked it out of the park.
I mean, I was expecting that from you, Craig, but you know,
I was slow on that one.
I stepped in there.
If he was a woman, I might have, I might have got it. The thing about like YouTube growth is it tends to be exponential. So like, as soon as you get quite a few subscribers, then they tell their friends and they tell their friends and so on and so on. So like,
I'd hate that. I
Yeah.
I don't see what's good about being a big channel. It's shit.
money.
Well, yeah, money, but fuck the money. That's
Yeah, like once you start doing it for money, it becomes. a
I've seen
full-time
so
job,
many
essentially.
channels that I've been subscribed to when they were small. They've had that break, they've got big, and they just become shit.
Yeah.
They no longer
Yeah.
care about the content. It's all about the money. They develop an ego, and they're
Yay.
shoving sponsored videos down your throat, trying to tell you how great this shitty mobile game is. And I'm just like, fuck off. Every one of them does it. What's that guy? Is it Tobuscus?
Which one?
Is that his name? Toby Games? Is
You
it?
mean
Oh,
the
yes.
guy who allegedly
Yeah.
raped someone?
Well, I didn't know about that, but like
Damn.
his commentary, it's not even commentary. It's just fucking noises. It's just nonsensical shite. He's
You
just
know,
like
one
dun,
of
dun,
those
dun, dun,
worst-
dun, and it's like, how is that commentary? You're just making
ADD.
noises. I think he's an actual spastic in real life.
It's ADD friendly. All your videos have to be ADD friendly. If it can't, like, it's not appealing to the lowest common denominator, it's worthless.
It's just awful. I think, God, this guy's making so much money, and all he does is make noises while playing games. I mean,
Put
my
the
commentary is
top
not
and,
exactly great, but at least it's understandable. I mean, well, I say that.
You just tickled me with the word spastic.
It's a great word. I love it. Spastic. It's brilliant.
Excuse me.
I don't know if I prefer. I don't know. I'm a big fan of Mong as well. That's good.
Mongoloid. I go for full.
Mongoloid's fantastic. So many people get offended by that word. It's brilliant. I don't.
Well,
it's a great word.
Fuck feminists.
Yeah,
That's what I want to say. I mean,
that's how
I
I'm as well, isn't it? Feminist now. That's
I
not.
hate the extremists. I mean, I don't have nothing against women having equal rights, but
Well,
I
yeah,
hate
but
the
that's not what it's about
extremists.
anymore. It's just about hating men.
Well, it's the third way
we
to
can't do
reflect
anything right
feminist
now. We are
movement.
just scum in their
Yeah.
eyes. Everything's sexist. It's ridiculous. I saw
Sounds about
something about Battlefield 1. Some two women were claiming it was sexist because you can't play as a woman in that game. And their argument was like, well, you can play as a woman in Call of Duty. Like, I think they said like Call of Duty, the new one or something, and something else. It's like, it's World War One.
Why do they care? They don't
It's
even
based on
play
a real
video
friggin'
games.
do you know what I
But
mean?
what these people
Wait,
also
look,
don't
can you,
understand is that you could play as a woman
User left your
in
channel.
Finest Hour. You were allowed to play as a woman, so it ain't like that's the first time they've ever done it.
Well, yeah.
User was moved to your channel.
I don't know what happened.
Someone
I think
called.
the problem with like people complaining that you can't play as X, Y, and Z in the game, whether that's a certain race or gender or whatever it is. It's just the fact that no one's going to write your story for you. Do you know what I mean? If you want to make a film about a woman, then fucking write it and make it, and if it's good enough, it'll get picked. And like no one's going to write that story for you. I'm a white male. If I was going to write a story, it'd probably be about a white male.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly. Remember them complaining as well about, we were saying GTA 5 was really sexist because you get to kill women.
Yeah.
But like
I mean, you get to
online,
kill women
can't you
and all
play
that.
as a female character?
Yes,
Yeah,
you
you
can.
can.
So you can kill men, but that's fine, is it?
Oh shit.
Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
They're just retarded.
So you can play as a woman and kill a man, that's fine. But when a guy kills a woman, oh my god, that
Should be able
is
to
ridiculous.
Kill anyone.
Yeah.
Men,
mean-
female, dogs, little kids.
Okay, maybe not the kids. That might be maybe a little bit extreme there, but
I mean,
Come on, Ash.
Fuck.
I identify as an attack
I
chopper.
hate kids. I should be able to kill kids on my computer. It's not in real life.
man, I think,
At
ooh,
least my computer.
damn. Is there a game where you can kill kids? Has that happened yet?
Yes.
It has? Really? What game?
Postal. Postal 2, I think.
yeah,
Kids.
Oh.
No, you can't
Postal
kill kids.
didn't
feel like
have
it.
to. No,
Postal
if,
didn't have kids.
Didn't?
if you were able to kill children in a game, it wouldn't
Really,
be playable in the
yeah.
UK. Like it
You
would be
can
banned in
ban
the
this
UK.
and stuff.
Oh, well, didn't Hatred have it, though?
No, Hatred
Nah.
didn't have kids either.
That's something I never understood. The crying over hatred. That got
Yeah, no,
so
it's-
much flack.
People love to blame video games for everything nowadays.
But
No one can ever
actually-
take personal responsibility.
People
Hatred
were
was pretty cool. It was
making
like-
Hatred out to be like the most violent, offensive game that there'd ever been, and it clear from people who've never played it. Because honestly, compared to the likes of Postal and Manhunt, it's a freaking Disney game.
It's a arcadey game.
Most violent
It's
game my
pretty
ass.
cool, actually.
It's so not bad at all. I think I talked about it in one of the Rambo videos that it was just ridiculous.
It's not as much as your objective is to kill people. It's your objective is to get a bunch of points.
You just run around and kill people. There's a million games where you do that. But there were people saying like, "Oh no, I'm Grand Theft Auto's different. That's fine. I'll play that." But Hatred goes too far. Like, what the hell? GTA is like, I think it's the worst of them all. With the things you can
Well,
do
You
in
can
it.
go on huge rampages.
You
in
can kill
GTA.
cops. You can steal from people. You know, it's. But that's fine, and Hatred isn't.
Nah,
I mean,
you know where they like to draw the line at? When you start killing animals. Then it's a
Well, then.
nightmare.
Oh Jesus, PETA.
I
PETA.
know. Not just that, it's these dumbasses who think that it's good to value an animal's life over that of a human. Like, no fucking way, man.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Like, if I have the choice between
I know
saving a
so
dog
many
and
people
saving a
have
baby,
that.
I'm gonna save the baby. Fuck the dog.
oh yeah,
I don't know.
Never
Almost
played
now,
Pokemon.
but
yeah. Chernobyl.
Okay.
That's still a no-go zone, isn't it? When
Yeah.
when was
Yeah.
that?
Yeah,
80 something.
sure
When
is.
did that blow up?
it's still forbidden to go to
Is it in the
Chernobyl, I
80s?
think.
Quite a while ago.
Not that forbidden, but no one wants to go there.
It's still dangerous to go there, though, isn't it?
Teenagers or something.
It's a
Yeah, I mean,
complete
they
ghost
kind of
town,
made a
isn't it?
movie.
Well,
of
aren't
that.
there people living in the red zone?
Ash, did I
Well,
just hear you
most
quote
people
COD
live
4?
there.
Not for living.
What was that? COD 4?
Yeah, did you just quote COD 4?
Did I?
15,000 people used to live here. Now it's a
Oh,
ghost
now
town.
it's a ghost town. Yeah, no, I was just saying it's a ghost town. That was such a great level from Call of Duty 4. That was fantastic.
I hate it. Too difficult when you have to carry him around.
I did it on friggin' veteran. I mean, I nearly killed myself, but I did it.
Who'd
Yeah,
you
that-
carry around?
Captain McMillan?
Yeah, he gets shot, doesn't he?
Who the
And
fuck is that?
is that where you can't? Can you still use weapons during that bit?
No. No. You have to carry him.
Yeah, that's the hardest bit.
then-
That I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was
Have
great.
you not played... Tech, have you not played COD 4?
I'm not a fan of Call of Duty.
Yeah, well, I hate all the more recent ones, but Call of Duty 4 has got such an amazing campaign. I'd highly recommend that.
Well, the
Yeah.
only Call of Duties I have played are Black Ops
Yeah.
1 and Finest Hour. And I liked Finest Hour. And
yeah.
Black Ops, you know, it was my first one. So, yeah, I like Black Ops, even if
Yeah,
it
I
is
thought-
one of the shit ones now.
I thought Black Ops
compared to
1
the
was
other
shit,
ones.
Black Ops 2 was shit, Modern Warfare 2 was shit, Modern Warfare 3 was shit, Ghost was shit.
Everything's shit to you.
But
we can safe to say.
Call of Duty 4 was amazing. Call of Duty 1 was amazing. Call of Duty 2 was great. 3 had a crap campaign but really good multiplayer. And look, World at War was pretty good. I did like World at War. But the rest of
I hear a
them...
lot of people say that World at War was the last good one they made.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. No, I'd say that was the last good one. Anyway, we went way off track here, didn't we? We didn't even get a name for this thing. Isn't that what we were supposed to do?
I think what we need to do really is come up with like a structure. Do you know what I mean? So like every week, what you do is maybe everyone or perhaps selected people for that week bring topics, and then we discuss those topics. Do you know what I mean? Like one by one.
Well, yeah. I mean, we can cover like anything that's gone on, gaming news wise, and then we can go, talk about specific things. Like one week we could talk about, our thoughts on DLC, microtransactions, or stuff like that.
Things in pop culture.
Yeah, we could talk about Pokemon Go and how much it's shit, something like that.
Yeah. Which
will probably offend people because everyone loves it, but...
And how there hasn't been a good Pokemon game since Gold, Silver, and Crystal.
I never played... my last one was Pokemon Gold, which I did like, even though I can't name you a single Pokemon from that game now, but I did like it.
Cyndaquil.
That's the one. That was my starting Pokemon.
My starter was
Our
Chikorita.
government wants to ban Pokemon Go. They think that it's some kind of spies going on.
Yeah, it does. It does track your personal information.
Massive funny age. Pokemon Go.
Thing is, he's like in the concerns with like pedophiles and stuff. Venice.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they've done.
Yep.
Yeah, you go straight to Venice. Like he knows everything.
Like he's like when putting lures on the shops and stuff, trying to get like kids there and what have you.
Yeah.
It's a good business strategy,
America's
actually.
been a Nazi, Pokemon Go. So,
What, for robbers?
No, it'd be a good business strategy if like you owned a shop or
like,
whatever that appealed to children.
Agent.
You know they have a damn cheat thing now. There's this thing called Pokemon Go Radar, where all you gotta do is look up your area and it'll tell you where a Pokemon has been sighted at.
Oh well, that's just like like the regions that the Pokemon live in. Like, oh, a water Pokemon lives near the lake or whatever and stuff like that.
No, I mean, on mine, in my hometown, it showed that there were 4 Pikachus, a Arcanine, an Alakazam, and an Eevee in my town. I'm like...
It just didn't work for me. It was telling me these certain Pokemon nearby, and they never friggin' show up. It was just fucking Zubat again and again.
Oh.
Honestly, I hate that bat so much. That's all that friggin' popped up.
You gotta get a gold bat.
You'd be like, oh, you've got there's a Pikachu and there's whoever nearby. Oh, awesome. And then no, fucking Zubat every time.
Nope, Venus left.
Yeah.
He said he had to work.
He says he had work. He considers masturbation work for some reason. He's weird like that.
Oh.
Why would he wait till tomorrow?
That's a good point.
Vibrating Pikachu.
So,
You'll see microtransactions.
So we've got me. I want Techni as a regular, if you're up for it.
Sure.
Plumptree.
I don't care.
This is like the fucking kid who gets
Is
like,
that a yes?
I don't. Was that like I don't give a shit about your stupid podcast? Go fuck yourself. That's the vibe I was getting off that.
No, I just don't care or not if I don't get in or not.
I'm getting the kid who gets.
I'm not sensing that enthusiasm there, which is what I'm looking for, to be honest.
Woo! Superman! Yeah. How about there?
That was offensive.
Yeah.
That's offensive. We don't.
Well, then he automatically gets in.
You know what? That's perfect then. That's absolutely perfect.
So, you can be the youth because you're only young, aren't you?
That was like reverse psychology.
How old are you? Are you 15?
Yeah.
But
Wait,
you're
you're
like
15? Holy shit, you're younger than me.
a very. You don't act like a normal 15-year-old, and that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, I know. I don't act
It's a
like
good thing.
retarded.
Because I mostly hate teenagers because they're scum. I know because I was one once. So, you know, I've been there. I've been through the scummy stage
Well,
of...
yeah, but we were teenagers back
Everyone's
when it was
been there,
actually
mate.
cool.
Everyone's been there.
Now teenagers are just stupid as hell.
Yeah, but come on,
Yeah.
everyone's an idiot. That's part of being a teenager. You're a scum. No one likes
I
you.
ju-
You do shitty things.
I just hate the
Hey,
kids
I
who
was
ride
awesome.
around on their skateboards, wear obey hats, wear the
Oh,
freaking
God.
Kanye West shoes or whatever.
That's your usual stupid teenager.
That's your usable obey fuck boy.
True.
Yeah.
Let me call him like that.
I think we need Venice as a regular because, well, he's like the gay pedo. He's, you know, he's the weird one.
Yeah.
He's the wild
Lamb,
card.
I think Lamb should be
Oh,
also
so
a
he's
regular.
the weird one now.
Lamb can just
Okay.
bring the filth, so...
Yeah.
Hey,
So it's still regular.
cuteness, girliness. I'm feeling so
Lamb,
bad
lamb,
here.
lamb.
So yeah.
It's okay. Your piss wolf is here.
And Wolf, you've got to be a regular.
Jesus.
Who's gonna serve
Christ.
the drinks if he isn't a regular?
Exactly.
Yeah.
We
I'll
could probably
serve the
all...
drinks.
Yeah. We could have a drinking game every time I say fuck yeah,
Ba-dums.
which could be a lot.
Yeah.
We'll take
We
a drink.
have a drinking
You
game
want
every
me to get
time.
We'll never see the end of the
Superman
podcast though if that
64
happens,
is
will we?
mentioned, and anytime the onions mentioned, we all have to do a shot.
We'll
But
be,
I can't.
Of vodka.
Want me to?
we'll be dead
want
after
me
the
to
first
get killed?
podcast. That's a dangerous game.
If you're too young
I
to
mean-
drink, you could just like, oh shit, you'd shoot like
just-
Pepsi or Mountain Dew or something.
I'll just sit here and listen to the.
What is it? 21
Craziness.
drinking age, and is it the same in Canada?
Yeah. It's-
I think
19,
over here it's
I
like
think.
21 or
19.
18, so.
That's so
This is
stupid.
just
Why?
like-
Why 21? That's just dumb.
What your fucking ass gets.
Honestly, it should be
18's
like.
totally fine. You're an adult at 18, as far as I'm concerned. Why can't you? Why can't you
I
drink
went to Vegas on my 21st birthday, and like
then? Ooh.
I remember giving the my ID over to the woman who was serving beer, and she goes, "Oh wow, you were 21 2 days ago or whatever. You must have been getting pissed ever since." And I was like, "No, because I'm English and I've been getting pissed since I was 18 years old." Like, what are you talking about?
That must be well frustrating. Man, you went to
She was like,
Vegas
"Oh,
for your
yeah."
21st?
Yeah, I went to
I-
see
I hate going to
Mayweather fight.
Vegas.
I can't really remember my 21st. I went to some crappy place in the next town over, and all I remember is I threw up in a taxi, and that's pretty much it.
I remember. I
Sounds like
remember
like
fun.
something you would
21st.
do.
That's literally all I can remember.
Yeah.
I'll assume it was a
I-
great time.
I guess
Yeah.
I can be introduced as Evelyn. I like that
What you
better.
What you should do is
Okay,
you should
before we
introduce.
start,
Can I stop being
tell Alexander
interrupted
Neville-
for 2 seconds? I mean, fuck me. I talk and just people keep fucking talking over it. I was just saying what you. I've forgotten what I was going to say now. Don't worry about it. You carry on. Fucking hell.
Evelyn, your
I like
voice
Craig's
is
anger. It's
adorable.
great.
Cars are sex toys. I can't tell the difference.
What?
Well, I just want
Right.
John.
Sorry, can we just go back to cars or sex
I'm not
toys? I can't tell the
up your
difference
ass.
because that's a sentence we weren't expecting to hear.
Thought machines maybe, but cars, come on.
Ash, I got a full calf coffee
Whoa there, easy.
Whoa!
just to
Calm
appease
down,
you.
bro.
I mean, you sick bastard. You sick bastard.
Okay.
So
Big
now we've
Papa's
started. I
Illuminati
mean, he's
confirmed.
on full calf, so this podcast is well underway.
Oh, there you go.
This is-
podcast episode 0.
Ash. We,
Yes.
We need an mature rating right fucking now.
What, we need a what?
18 plus already.
A
Need an
mature.
18 plus rating right now.
People should know about
because-
my channel. This ain't no kids channel. They aren't welcome.
because
What was it I
Big
said in my
Papa
man
here
on the intro?
has-
You told me that, didn't you, Plummetry? What did I say in my man on the intro?
You said something like, "Well, if you're a kid, fuck off," something like that. Yeah. Okay, so there's gonna be the Peggy 18, rated M for mature, rated
Oh.
R.
R for retarded.
Yeah.
FSK
18.
18.
O for offensive. S for shit. All that sort of stuff.
Yeah, that sort of stuff.
S6 for,
Indian.
for Super Mario 64.
In the
Ash, go ahead.
User
This-
was moved to
the
your
stream
channel.
chat, someone put,
Yeah, I see
well,
that.
your LP of Manhunt is the only good one. Thanks,
Oh,
man.
why? Well,
Always nice to know.
true, Comic Dance, true.
Your Manhunt 2's great, rest of them are shit, mate, so, you know.
Something.
As long as that was good sex, I'm okay with
I
it.
know Comic Dance.
What,
it's
Lamb,
great,
Lamb,
isn't
you
it?
want to talk about sex?
You
Yes,
want to
you
talk
are.
about sex, baby?
I think we should save that for the later
I would like to
episodes?
have sex, but
Let's just
talk
save
about
that
it
for the
now.
actual episode, actually.
So what you
Yeah.
like?
Save that for
Did...
the
Okay.
actual episode.
You're awesome. You are awesome. I am awesome. We're all awesome.
Well, I am
Deal with
awesome.
it.
I always say that.
Yeah. And I'm
Well,
awesome.
I'm
High
amazing.
five.
I'm incredible. I'm
All of you, high
arguably
five.
one of the greatest people on the planet, if not the greatest. But
That ego is
you know,
unnecessary,
I don't
so-
like to brag, but you know, I don't say anything.
I met my boyfriend, so
You got a boyfriend?
Wolf.
I
Oh,
told
God.
you that.
Oh,
And
that must be fun. I
and
wonder
he
what
was
is
that
it?
cool.
What
I
is
wonder
it,
what
Ash?
Lamb makes him do.
He must be some homeless guy or something. Like,
She's probably got him tied
Okay,
up
let's
somewhere.
not go-
I mean, I find the whole thing intimidating, considering she said 11 inches isn't enough. Like God knows
I
how
know
big
it
a
Wait,
boyfriend is. I
what?
mean, Jesus
For
Christ,
all of my life, you know.
must be a
So,
basketball
yeah,
player.
we like a soulmate. I don't
Oh,
care
Jesus.
about.
Okay,
Christ.
so
Big
are
Papa.
we actually going to
It's
talk
all,
about games?
I bet
Yeah,
it's
okay,
only
okay,
11
let's-
inches long,
No.
but also cut it in half. So,
You see, we've got onto penises already.
no,
What?
Please.
we're talking
And we
about
haven't
games.
even touched games. That's the funny
It's supposed
part.
to be a gaming podcast, and here we are talking about.
We don't touch games, we touch penises.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
4 wasn't it created by
Maxis.
a studio close to yeah, Maxis?
Well, Maxis don't
Wasn't-
exist
was they
anymore,
bought
do
by
they?
EA? Yeah, they got.
That's
Guess what happened?
that's
Guess
what EA
happened?
do. They buy out developers and they close them down.
Well, no, for a
Yeah.
while it was Maxis made the games and then EA published them. But now it's just EA makes them.
That's
EA
what they do. They
publishes
sink the
them.
claws
Yeah.
into everything and destroy them. And they'll
Yeah.
either not use that franchise or they'll bring it back and destroy it. That's how EA works.
Neon, too much.
Again, the
Oh my
typing's still
God.
going on. That needs to stop.
Thank you, eh?
I'm sorry.
I thi-
Okay, I'm gonna try
You're
to
not a
type
hoser.
less
No more
out
typing,
loud.
please.
Like,
How am I gonna? How am I gonna
Jesus,
see the
man.
chat?
I'm
Okay,
gonna kick
at the
you in
moment,
ass, right?
okay.
Fuck me.
At the moment, Ebling, you're the problem. Okay, so the NES, they're re-releasing it. Plumtree, go on, tell us about it.
Yeah, so basically what they're doing is just they're releasing the Nintendo Entertainment System, but in like a smaller form. It basically it can fit in your pocket, and it includes 30 games on it, which range from like Contra to the Super Mario games to the Zelda games to Final Fantasy, I believe. But yeah. It's gonna be $60 American. I'm not sure how much that is in pounds and whatever.
I think it's
But,
about...
yeah.
Maybe about 40 or something, 50? 40 or
It's-
50?
It's about the standard price of a new game, so
I actually think it's pretty awesome, and I'm going to have to get one.
yeah. I'm pretty sure. Like, do you guys know what a Raspberry Pi is? Like
I
those
know.
mini
Yeah.
computers. I'm pretty sure. Like, it's just gonna be one of those. Like, honestly, because those things are really good, and you can buy a $5 Raspberry Pi that can play all of these games. So
As far
I have a
go
I
on.
have a feeling if that's what it's gonna be.
As far as I'm aware, it's just it's got like, I think you just plug it in the HDMI to your TV, and then you've got those 30 games. I don't think it's got any sort of internet connectivity where you could like download new games.
Yeah.
I'd happily pay more for it if they actually did that, so you could like end up getting like the entire NES collection. Like that'd be awesome. But still, 30 games is pretty cool. But Craig, you got any thoughts on it?
Well, I mean, in terms of the price point, obviously you're saying it's $60, and you didn't know what it was going to be in pounds sterling. I mean, at the moment with our economy, it's probably going to end up being £100. That pound isn't worth shit anymore. So I'm not quite sure what the price point will be for us. And personally, I'm not a big fan of the idea. I mean, like, it's great, and if you compare it to like the Nintendo market on the Wii U or whatever, I think it's good value because I think those games are priced at a higher price than you would actually buy that system for, so that's quite good. But at the same time, it stinks of like resting on your laurels and just do you know what I mean? It's like they're not doing anything different there, are they?
Yeah.
They're just bringing something out that's like easy money, and it will sell really, really well.
Well, yeah,
For
that-
me personally,
Nintendo know that. It's actually Amazon have got it listed for $49.99 at the moment. So
Yeah, it also does come with a controller, I believe. Like it comes with a NES controller that you can plug
Yeah.
into your Wii, I believe. Like your Wii controller, whatever, so you can play retro games on that with the controller, whatever.
Yeah, that's right. I think you can actually buy another controller for it as well. That's
Yeah.
like a classic.
To being sold separately. Actually, I kind of agree with what you're saying there about, resting on laurels, but I still kind of think it's a decent-ish idea.
Yeah, I agree, but personally, like it just annoys me slightly. I don't know,
Yeah.
but that's coming from someone who emulates a lot of games and stuff, and it's
Well,
just
yeah,
like I
so
don't
do
need
I.
it. So
Yeah. But yeah, it is just sort of like, it is kind of lazy. It's just re-releasing a console they already released back in, 1980 what?
yeah,
But that's just Nintendo, though. They don't know how to move forward, do they? That's one of their problems. They're stuck in the past.
I think that they don't really need to do anything. They make so much money off of their pre-existing franchises and characters and
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, people are always saying, like, oh, Nintendo's doomed. And it's like, that is so much bullshit. They're not. They've got a lot of money. They aren't Sega. They're not doomed. They've been, I mean, Nintendo, I believe they've existed as a company for, is it like 100 years?
yeah, something
Yes.
ridiculous.
Because they started off as like, was it a card? They did card company, like they made cards. I think they were a taxi company at one point. Love hotels. That's one of their dark secrets.
Yeah.
And then they've been like a gaming company since, the 80s. They've been around for a long time. And I'd put money on, if there was one of the companies, that was Sony, Microsoft, or Nintendo, was to pull out the console race, I'd say it was most likely to be, even though they're doing really well at the moment, I'd say it'd be Sony.
I disagree. I think it'd be Microsoft because
Yeah.
I think that they're working towards making all the games on the on Windows anyways, and I just think that they'll probably just switch to Windows games and that'll be it. But
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
well, maybe the end of Xbox,
yeah,
but they'd still be in gaming. I'd say. Thing is isn't Sony like really struggling with all their other things, like their televisions and their stuff, like and their phones and stuff?
Yeah.
Like,
Their only redeeming quality right now is their PlayStation.
I mean, financially, they're not as stable as like Microsoft or Nintendo, are they? If I'm right there.
I'm not too sure to be honest.
I
I know
mean-
that they've had problems with hacking and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Let me Google that.
But I think it's kind of funny how a lot of people say like, oh, Nintendo sucks. They just do little kiddie games and stuff, and it's only kids that play. That's like bullshit. Most of the kids think they're too cool for Nintendo now. They want Call of
Yeah.
Duty and Gears of War. They don't want Nintendo, Mario and Kirby. They think that's lame. I think a lot of...
Have you any kids seen outside playing Pokemon Go? It's, well, 9 o'clock in the evening. No. Because most of the time you see, well, grown-up men and women playing Pokemon Go, running around things, meeting up on landmarks.
Well, that's
Well,
the
one of
thing.
the
I mean,
one of
I
the
have
interesting things
Pokemon-
about sorry, I was just gonna say one of the interesting things about Pokemon Go is that if it's targeted towards kids, then they haven't done a very good job because you kind of
Yeah.
need to drive to be able to
Yeah.
get to the places. You know what I mean?
That's the thing. I think a lot of fans of Nintendo that still play games are generally older.
Yeah.
People from like 90s kids and 80s kids who grew up with Mario and, like Zelda and the first generation of Pokemon.
That's it. That's what I was saying about these franchises that they're living off, these characters they're living off, because these characters have been with us for 30 years, 25
Yeah.
years, or whatever it is, and people are attached to those. They hold on to those.
Yeah.
And they always want to play the next game that involves that.
Jesus.
What the fuck?
What?
Suddenly,
What's that?
It was going so well.
what was...
Yeah, I mean, like, the only thing for me is that's disappointing about, like, kids not being involved in Pokemon Go as much is that I keep trying to lure children, to certain places, and I keep getting grown men, and I'm just like, fuck off, I need to
Here we go. There we go. This is the
What do
sort of
you think?
material we're
Is that
after.
bad?
Do you know what I had? What phone I had at school? Nokia
Probably a piece of
3210.
Oh, you mean the indestructible one?
Yes.
We didn't send texts at school. We fucking passed notes, Like I say, I mean, kids are so lucky these days that with like phones and stuff, the functionality on them is unbelievable. Like I
I
said,
still have Nokia
Like-
with buttons.
well,
Yes.
like I said before, I mean, like even if you had a phone back in our day, Ash, you'd still not be able to, send pictures to each other in class or anything like that.
Oh,
on
it
the
was a
phone.
different
The-
world.
Yeah, these days you got kids are sending pictures of their tits to each other, like in class, whatever. We had to like doodle little pictures of erect
I know,
penises.
it's
do you know what I
not
mean?
fair,
With
is
a
it?
yeah, with a me label next to it, you know. It's beautiful though. I mean, like like I was saying, going back to passing notes in class, or whatever. These days, the kids when they text each other, say a teacher finds them, they caught catches is that word? Whatever.
We'll go with
They
it.
catch them. Say they catch them. They
Gotta
can't
catch
go
them
through
all.
their they can't go through their phone to read all the nasty, disgusting texts that they've been sending to each other. Back in my day, honestly, you get caught sending a fucking horrible note to what I mean, like to someone else in class. They read it out and it's
Yeah.
it's this disgusting stuff. You always had the risk as well, of course, when you were sending notes in class, that it gets sent to the wrong person. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, oh, send that to them, and then you send it to the hot girl saying whatever you want to do to her, and it gets sent to the fat girl.
And she can't believe her luck. She's just so happy.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, wrong person.
Suddenly you just get buried under a mountain of flash when
You gotta keep
school's
up-
over.
You got to keep up the reputation at school as well.
Yeah,
you can't
and,
have a fat girl chasing you.
next
being
thing-
like, oh,
Next thing, you've got the fat girl behind the bike shed, and that's not what you wanted.
I remember there being like yeah, what was
As long as it's not another
It's-
Pokemon Go story, I'm sick of them. Jesus.
Don't worry.
That's all IGN and GameSpot are posting is Pokemon friggin' Go. It's just like, God.
Don't
Oh,
tell
hold
me
on.
another
I didn't mean to
Pokemon
go to
Go
IGN.
player.
That's
Someone
just
else has
regular.
been
Oh, no.
stabbed, someone's walked off a cliff, I mean, God almighty.
Entered America illegally.
Here's a question I'll pose to you guys.
Go on.
What do you reckon the best remaster is of all time?
Okay, let's do it one by one. So,
The best remaster.
okay, Wolf, you go. Best remaster.
Best remaster. Oh god, that's a hard question. I can tell you the worst remaster for me personally, but
Go on.
not the best.
Well,
The
we'll go with the worst for
remaster
you
for
then.
me is just the Need for Speed 2015.
Seeing as you hate them.
Oh God, again with the typing. Who's typing?
Sorry.
Who's bashing the penis on the keyboard? That needs to stop. So right,
Well,
okay.
I-
Slowly. Sometimes
know
I
that.
just go ahead.
You know why he's
Um,
typing? Because he's like frantically googling like topics because he's got nothing to say, and then he's like, oh shit.
Um,
An absolute lot of
it's,
shite.
Tomb Raider Anniversary.
Tomb Raider Anniversary. Well, that's not a remaster. That's a remake.
That's a remake.
That's a
Which game?
complete.
Remake.
I have no problem with from the ground up remakes. It's just a remaster, which is just re-releasing a game that's already been out in its higher resolution.
Well, hey.
Be right back cleaning my ears.
Okay.
Hey, man. What about
Right, go
anything
on.
from
Yeah, Plumtree,
Blue
your
Point
favorite
games?
remaster. What's your favorite
Anything
remaster?
from Blue Point. Blue Point is basically a company who remade a lot of games like
Well,
or like
actually,
they didn't remake, they remastered them, like the Metal Gear Solid remaster collection, God of War remastered, stuff like that.
you see,
Those are good remasters.
I don't mind the collections too much because you're getting more than one game. You know,
Yeah, I
like the
agree.
Devil May Cry collection and stuff like that. I'm still not a huge fan of them. It's just the single releases of, like it's
Like
even
The
more
Last of
annoying.
Us.
Like a last gen game or a game that only came out like 2 years ago and it's already being remastered. It's like, what's the point?
Yeah.
And so off topic.
Sticking on topic with we're going through favorite remasters. So Plumtree, what's
Yeah.
your favorite remaster? If you have one. If you don't, your least favorite.
It's probably the Metal Gear Solid collection is probably my favorite, and
Collection.
then Silent Hill is probably my most hated remasters.
Okay. What about you, Techni? Favorite or least favorite remaster?
Well, considering I don't really care for remasters or remakes,
Yeah.
I'd say of the ones that I actually have, for me, my favorite would be the God of War collection, and my least, what'd the last one say their least one was?
Silent Hill, was it? You say Silent Hill, Plumtree?
Yeah, it just ruined it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my least one was Silent Hill.
Craig?
I'd probably actually say my favorite remaster of a game would be the HD remaster of The Wind Waker.
I'll agree.
Just
Yeah.
Oh, that was
Yeah,
good.
that
was
is good.
That's mine
purely
because... Yeah, go on.
Yeah, purely because like obviously when it came out originally, like the graphics were sweet, they looked really nice, but when they remastered it, they were just absolutely stunning on a
Yeah.
HD television. That game just looks fantastic.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, when it comes to remasters, Nintendo have probably done the best job because they kind of go that little bit extra, don't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
possibly so. You're
Like they
possibly
sort of
right.
kind of redid the graphics for Wind Waker, didn't they? And they added some stuff as well.
Yeah.
They did that for Twilight, I think, didn't they?
Yes.
Twilight, yeah, that was more of a kind of a lazier remaster actually. That was kind
I
of
liked it. I liked it. I'm gonna be honest, I really
it was
liked
exactly the same. They changed the resolution really. And they added the amiibo, I guess, didn't they, with the wolf?
Yeah.
They added some
What?
new things though, like with the Wii U gamepad as the inventory and stuff.
Well, yeah, I guess that's good, but they
That
did.
was an improvement.
It was similar with like Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. They were kind of remasters in a way, but they kind of went that extra. They redid some of the graphics, didn't they, and made tweaks to the dungeons and stuff like that. They kind of went that extra mile rather than just a simple upgrade the resolution.
Yeah, those ones they're not really as much as remasters as they are like a kind of combination of a remake and a remaster because they completely redid the graphics. Like they look much better than they originally did.
Yeah, they changed some of the animations as well, didn't they? Like, Link's movement and they increased the frame rate, didn't they, as well? So yeah, but I will agree. Wind Waker HD is my favorite remaster.
It's so mesmerizing, like to look at. You can literally sit a child in front of it for hours and do whatever you want to them. And
Oh well.
Well, there we go
I'll be right
again.
back anyway. I need a piss, so I'll be right back.
We actually forgot about one. No one mentioned this. The Ico Shadow of the Colossus collection.
Oh shit, yeah.
Wait, did they
Yeah, that's a
remake
good
that? Did they remake those games or remaster them?
They were just
Remaster.
remasters, but they
Oh shit!
they
Dude,
increased
Shadow of the Colossus.
they increased the frame rate because the frame rate was pretty bad, particularly in Shadow of the Colossus on PS2. It couldn't really handle it. That game was a bit too ambitious for the PS2.
Yeah.
But I was a bit disappointed they didn't try and increase it to 60, but we still got a solid 30, so that's better than I think it dropped 20 or something on PS2. But yeah, they were good, and it was 2 games as well, and in my opinion, 2 pieces of absolute art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just amazing games.
Oh, and what I was talking about with The Last of Us and its remaster, you were saying how you don't like how it's like, oh, that just came out, whatever. The Last of Us got a PS4 remaster literally 1 year after it originally came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not even kidding, a year.
Actually, speaking of Tomb Raider and Uncharted, that annoys me when I see people now saying that Tomb Raider ripped off Uncharted.
Oh god.
Despite the fact that Tomb Raider came out in
Wanna kill them.
1996.
6. Oh Jesus.
That's some of these
Wanna kill them.
idiot
wanna
younger
rip their heads
gamers who just have no idea what they're talking about. It's like, I think some of them think that the Tomb Raider reboot was the first ever Tomb Raider game. They don't realise it came out in 1996. And there's just rip off of Uncharted. And I'm like, well, you should just go and kill yourself because...
I'm not even interested that one because it's true. Holy shit.
I think I actually
Actually,
mentioned it in my Tomb Raider. I did a walkthrough, didn't I, of the original Tomb Raider?
I think you did.
I think I brought that up in one of the videos for that. It just annoys me.
I think
As
that.
usually, those. Sorry, Papa, go on.
No, I was just saying, I think that the confusion for people maybe thinking the the new Tomb Raider is the original Tomb Raider is just because it was called Tomb Raider, and it's always a problem with these, when they resurrect a series or whatever,
Yeah.
whether it be a film or a game, where they just call it the original title, and then people that aren't aware of the original,
Exactly.
always.
There you go. That's the topic right there. The stupid naming. Well, we'll stick to games for the thing, but the confusion, like the new Doom, it's just called Doom, not Doom 4.
Yeah.
Doom.
Yeah.
The new Hitman, which is what is it? Is it the 6th Hitman? But it's just called Hitman.
Yeah.
The new God of War.
But it's not a reboot. It's a freaking sequel.
Yeah, it seems to be
I
a
think
recurring theme.
Actually, I think the very first Hitman game was called Hitman Codename 47.
Yeah, it was Hitman
so
Codename
that's
47.
kind of excusable.
Hitman 2 Silent
Yeah.
Assassin, Hitman 3 Contract, or just Hitman Contracts, then Hitman Blood Money, Hitman Absolution, and now just Hitman. So it's like, what the fuck? I mean,
Yeah,
oh, Battlefield 1. What the hell?
That confuses the fuck out of me.
What were they thinking? Battlefield 1?
I mean, I guess because of World War One, but what?
Call it Battlefield
just doesn't make any
19.
sense.
Some or just Battlefield Trench War. I don't know. Not Battlefield 1.
Trench Warfare, oh god.
I actually think that Resident Evil 6 would have been less
Battlefield
disappointing if it
Warfare
wasn't called
Simulator.
Resident Evil.
I'm surprised they aren't calling new Resident Evil just Resident Evil.
I haven't seen it.
The raping of the corpse of Resident Evil is continuing. So that's that. Let's just put it that way.
I mean, when was the last time they released a Resident Evil game that you would call a good game?
Good.
About
Resident-
2001, I think.
Resident Evil 0.
Let's not go
When
that
was that
far.
released?
No, I'll accept Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 4 is a great
But
game.
no.
It was just
Get-
okay.
Get out.
What?
No, Resident Evil
if
4
it's-
was a good game. It was just
Resident
kind
Evil
of
4
it was the
was-
big turning point, and it was kind of it died after that.
No, it died
Let's just
after
all agree
0.
that.
Why?
Let's just all agree that Resident Evil 4 had its own charm. Okay.
Yeah,
That
Resident
I
Evil
can
4
agree
has its
to.
charm.
It's Shinji Mikami was still a director of that game, so
After Shinji Mikami left,
it
just
still
went
kept the
downhill.
horror.
When 5 came out, it was just an absolute
Well, Shinji
mess.
Mikami had left, and Capcom actually said that. I think the exact quote was it was like their dream. I think they said it was their dream to appeal to the Call of Duty audience. That's what they said,
Oh god, that's the worst idea I've ever heard.
and that's why they destroyed
Yeah.
Resident Evil.
Well, I think with Resident Evil, if you look at number 4, you have like this game that obviously has a completely different, way of playing than the original Resident Evils, but it sticks to a lot of the original ideas. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like a lot of the gameplay elements are the same.
It
But it
still
got-
kept, yeah. Go on.
I was just saying, it got all this critical acclaim, and because of that, like, I think the people who worked on number 5, they saw the wrong elements of the game getting critical reception, and they just tried to appeal to those things. So it became a lot more actiony. It became and it forgot what it originally was, basically, that made it such a great series.
Well, yeah, it was
Yeah.
horror first and foremost. It was survival horror. That's what it was all about.
Yeah.
And they
It was
completely
fight
abandoned
or
that.
flight.
The same thing kind of happened with the Silent Hill series. Like, everyone kind of says that The Room is it's horrible and whatever, but it's still considered a Silent Hill game.
Yeah, I actually think Silent Hill 4 is a really good game, but I understand why people don't like it because it does not take place in Silent Hill, so it shouldn't really be called Silent Hill.
Don't Hill
no,
4 is
no,
like,
like-
my most favorite part, except of 2, the second.
But it still
Okay.
kept the Silent Hill mechanics. It's still, proper horror. It's survival
I don't
horror.
even care about that. It's
Yeah.
good. It's like those fucking twins.
If you
That's
guys,
a-
I actually think
human
Silent Hill
nightmares.
4 is the most disturbing of them all. It's messed up.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, if I
Like
like
in the
Silent
hospital.
4,
Hey, my hands are shaking right now. I'm sorry,
Why?
because
What?
like
Because they're wrapped around this cup.
that's a big risk.
really.
I'll admit, like, the Silent Hill series, when it comes to like Homecoming and Downpour, they had nothing on the originals, but at least they still
yeah.
kept it to horror. At the very
Yeah.
least, they didn't completely abandon what made Silent Hill like what Capcom did with
I don't
Resident
know.
Evil.
I hate Homecoming and.
But it's Konami, and Konami.
And well, we
don't
can
like...
accept that we'll never ever
It's
see
just
Silent Hill again,
Homecoming.
unless it's
Well,
a pachinko machine.
Yeah. Oh my god.
W-
Who here cried when they realized that Metal Gear Solid 3, that remastered cutscene, it was
That-
pachinko.
Was the biggest kick in the dick Konami
What?
could possibly give to Metal Gear
Please
Solid
explain.
fans.
What?
Okay. Yeah.
What? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. What happened?
Right, YouTube the Metal Gear Solid 3 pachinko machine trailer.
Yeah.
Oh
I'd
god.
It's-
rather you just explain it.
It's like
It makes you
Uh,
think
it-
there's an amazing remake coming of Snake Eater. There isn't. It's a fucking pachinko machine, and it's such a kick in the dick. Just check out the YouTube video.
yeah,
I've heard about it. I've heard people rage about it and being the most disliked video on YouTube.
Yeah, it got a lot of hate, and rightfully so. It's such a kick in the dick.
It makes me so sad.
It is.
Like,
It's depressing.
Jesus.
So, can somebody... It's been a while since I messed with this story. But can someone explain to me what happened exactly with Konami and Kojima?
No one
Because
knows.
No one knows.
Kojima's not
It-
allowed to say.
it's just
Yep.
that
That's
I've
fine.
heard that that he got put in a basement and he wasn't allowed to go to an award ceremony or
They
something
blocked.
like that.
No.
They banned him from collecting his own award at the thing.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah,
just bullshit.
booed.
I mean, what?
I think Konami's run by like 12-year-olds.
Apparently,
much.
holy shit.
Like no
Konami
one.
just likes to ruin everything.
I don't think we'll ever really know what happened between them, but there was obviously some sort of dispute that went on. I'm guessing that Konami kept trying to interfere with Metal Gear, with
And then-
Kojima, and he's basically had enough.
And then he just had enough at one point and just...
Because he was taken
they
off Metal
removed
Gear, weren't he? They took him off it.
Which
Yeah,
Metal
but then
Gear
he
was
was
it?
allowed
They
to.
sent him on
He was
vacation
allowed
or
to
something, didn't
continue.
they? But Metal
Forced
Gear,
vacation.
Metal Gear, the Phantom Pain, it was never even finished. They released it unfinished.
Yeah,
We
there's
we never got a proper ending.
Yeah.
But Kojima's
I
not
haven't
allowed to
finished
say.
it, so don't you dare say it. Okay, so
Go on.
I have not
Um,
finished Metal Gear Solid 5.
Okay, I
No
won't
one say
spoil
the
it.
ending.
I won't
swear,
spoil
I swear
it.
to God.
Just don't get yourself. Just don't have super high expectations.
I've
When
heard
it-
that
okay.
it's bad.
Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain. When it comes to the gameplay, for the most part, it's going to blow you away. It's fantastic. But
Oh, I've played it.
as for your story and your wrapping up of Big Boss's whole thing, it's so fucking disappointing.
If I was to rate that game out of 10, I'd give it about, I mean, probably like a 6 or 7. Like, I'm not even kidding, because I think it's a game that is like a 10 out of 10 game in terms of the way
Yeah.
it's presented, the way it
Definitely.
comes off. But
Yeah, you
but
can't dispute that.
when you get to the core of the game, it's so hollow. There's nothing there, and it's so disjointed as well. It's like the pacing of the game is so bad. I never got around to complete it either, because I literally get like halfway through it and I'm just like, yeah, I can't be bothered with this anymore.
I mean,
One of my problems is that I'm a big perfectionist when I play a game, and I have to do everything. So I have to do all the missions on S rank. I have to do all the side objectives in every mission, and it means you have to replay the missions about 3 or 4 times every time you do it, and it's so boring.
Well, yeah, here's the thing. I'm not going to spoil it for you story-wise, but the second half of the game repeats what you've already done. You have to replay
Wow.
missions to progress. It forces you
Wow.
to do it.
I mean, I kind of know the story on the ending, just because like I got bored one day and I looked at the Metal Gear Solid timeline to actually try and work out what the hell was going on in the whole timeline.
It's pretty
And
confusing.
it
Again,
was, yeah.
I'm not going to spoil anything, but I mean that's a huge part of Metal Gear was its story.
Yeah.
And I knew this was probably going to be the final one. I expected it to go out with a huge bang, big things to be wrapped up. I thought, and it just kind of ended with a friggin' whimper. It's just like, really?
Yeah.
That's it? That's
Sort of fizzled out.
that's the final story. Because we needed one more. We needed a remake of. Well, we needed two. Well, they could have guessed could have made it into one game, but we needed a remake of the original Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2, which was the
What do you mean?
story of the original 2 Metal Gears on MSX.
Oh, yeah.
They needed remaking. That's what I was hoping to see. Because that's the story of
Well-
Solid Snake in his younger days when he took on Big Boss and Grey Fox
Yeah.
and Outer Heaven
Yeah.
and all that stuff.
But I think they're pretty playable as they are. 'cause
That was
if
all that
you
was
get-
left to tell of the story. I think they could have been remade and added more story, and we could have had some awesome cutscenes, and that would have been it. They could have wrapped up the series.
I agree,
But,
because
like-
the problem is that they're not accessible. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like as you said, they might be playable in their state, but they're not accessible. No one really could go out and buy those and play those. So yeah, I agree. Like if they remade those, that'd be fantastic. It would sew everything up, and everyone would be
Yeah.
able to play them and access them, and it'd be
They-
fantastic.
They are accessible, actually. Either if you had the subsistence, is that the right word, of Metal Gear Solid 3 on the PS2, or
Yeah.
you got the HD collection.
Yeah, that's what I've got them on HD collection.
Yeah.
Because I mean, there
So
was
you
the
can play them
NES. I got was
NES ones, but those
was
aren't
the NES one
official.
a port of the original, or was it completely different?
The first Metal Gear, like Metal Gear, is a port, and then
The second one on
one
NES was
is just-
complete. Yeah, that wasn't made by Kojima, was it?
So it was some American company who actually programmed that.
Yeah, that's why Kojima came back in. He didn't intend to make more Metal Gear, and then he saw that sequel. So was it Snake's Revenge? And,
Yes.
he's like, what the fuck is that shit? Okay, I'll make a proper sequel, and then, there you go.
Actually wondering, like with the whole like Metal Gear Solid and stuff, and how there's some games that you don't have to play in whatever, like portable ops, is what's it called? The one for the PSP.
Peace Walker?
Yeah, Peace Walker. Is that a essential one?
I'd say so.
Yes.
Play that. That's more.
canon.
That's continuing Big Boss's story. That's definitely. You want to check that one out. That's a fantastic game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to rebuy the HD collection on PlayStation.
Yes, you
Fantastic.
are. No, I definitely recommend that. That's a brilliant game.
You still have to play a Metal Gear game.
It'll help you out with the story as well with the Phantom Pain, because there's characters in that who were in the Phantom Pain. You won't know who they are if you've not played Peace Walker.
Well, I've played Metal Gear Solid 3.
Yeah, you should still play Peace Walker. It does continue the story.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
Well, Peace Walker's in between MGS3 and the Phantom Pain.
And Phantom Pain, yeah. That's one thing that a lot of people, even including myself, before I started playing Metal Gear Solid, was like the difference between Big Boss and Solid Snake.
There's a lot of confusion. Some people still think that it's the same person.
The same person?
Because they just refer to him as Snake. And it's like, well, they did share the same code name, but it's
Solid Snake and something else, like Solid
Naked
Snake. And Snake.
Well, Solid Snake, yeah, that's who we've originally played as, and Big Boss. Solid Snake is a clone of Big Boss. I mean, technically, Big Boss is his dad.
Technically, they're both the same person, but they're not.
Well, yeah.
At the same time.
Well,
Genetically.
Yeah. Solid Snake Liquid Snake was also a clone, as was Solidus. They were clones of Big Boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not the same person.
They were part of Les Enfants Terribles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
but all three were born, when I'm not mistaken, by Eva.
Yeah.
As indicated in Metal Gear Solid 4.
Yeah, well,
I feel like
Eva
talking
was
too
the mum,
much.
wasn't she?
Yeah,
I feel
she
like
was the
talking too
mom.
much about the identity of Big Boss and Solid Snake. The rest of it might give away the story a bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
For spoiler
Let's
sake,
stop
should
that.
we move on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quickly, fuck yeah. Alright, let's...
Okay.
Play motion controls.
Yeah.
Play motion controls. Rip Onion.
Favorite ever video game?
Yeah, you have to pick one. You got a gun to your head, right? You got someone
I
in
love
the
how
head.
these scenarios always involve a gun to the head. Like, how has this happened?
impossible.
Who's
I'll
put
go
a gun
first.
to your head and demanding to know your favorite video game? They don't want your money. They want to know your favorite video game, or you're going to die.
That's just
Or
impossible for me.
You see, mine changes. It's between two. Sometimes I'll say, "Oh, Karina, there's a typing again."
I
Alright.
told you, he knows
Trying
nothing
to
about the
diminish it.
subject.
He's just rambling. He's like, "Quick!"
Best
Okay.
game ever.
No. Actually.
Okay, so for me, it changes between one year. I might tell you it's Ocarina of Time. Then I might tell you it's the original Metal Gear Solid. It changes between those two. I can never decide. Like, I'd play Ocarina of Time. And I'll go, yeah, no, that's my favorite. Then I'll play Metal Gear Solid. Like, no, that's my favorite. And then that's just how it happens for me. So I couldn't decide.
And then there's the fact that like there's nostalgia interpreted as well. It's like, oh man, Call of Duty 2 is my favorite, but no, that's just because I played it when I was 6. And
Hang
it's
on a
like,
minute. How have we gone from Metal Gear to Call of Duty?
Well, it's like
3
favorite
times.
games and
That's
nostalgia.
insulting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't there supposed to be like a Call of Duty Rome Wars?
Yes, there
Yeah, I
was.
heard about
Yes.
And Activision were like, no fucking way, weren't they?
It was
That's
really
not a
weird. I
shooter.
saw the trailer. It was really, really weird.
Like, they just won't take... That's something risk. They will not take risks anymore, will they?
Exactly.
It's just play it
that's the word.
safe. Let's stick to what we know. Let's use the same engine. Let's just keep making sequels. Let's not try anything new. Let's check out remasters. Let's not take risks. And
Exactly.
I don't
It
like that.
doesn't matter what form of media we're talking about. We're living in an age of non-risk taking, basically.
Yeah, and it
Because
sucks.
there's so much money hanging in the balance. It's like you either make money or you go bankrupt. Those are the two options. If you're spending $300 million on a film, for instance, you can't take a risk where it's not going to make its money back because that's your company fucked.
But there are some companies just can't take the risks. But companies like Ubisoft and EA, they can take the risks.
True.
They've got the money.
What's the company name that's making No Man's Sky?
Oh, Hello Games, is it?
Yeah, it's just some
they're
independent.
they're
Oh,
they're
yeah.
more of a smaller company, and they've invested a lot of money into this game.
Well, yeah, it's
Yeah.
a
So
big
if
big
it
thing
fails,
for them. If
then
it fails,
If it
they're
fails,
in
they're
trouble.
fucked.
Yeah.
They're
But
fucked.
again, that
I don't think it
again,
will. It's been
the
very
thing
well
is-
marketed, hasn't it?
It has, yeah, but the thing is as well, what you've got to understand with that is that's their own money. It's not someone else's money. When you've got a publisher and then a developer, the
Yeah.
publisher is basically
I bet
saying,
you
"I'm
they
giving you $300 million to make this film, or whatever it is," and then the person who's making the film, who's making the game, has to make a game within that budget. Whereas if you're supplying their own money to make your own thing, it doesn't matter so
Yeah,
much
do
because
what you want.
it's your dream. Yeah, it's your dream.
It's why we're seeing a lot of the more creative games are coming from the independent developers
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because they can do what they want. They've not got the handcuffs on. It's their money. They can do whatever they want.
Yeah, but then there's some
They're not
indie
being-
developers who don't have any money but want to make these kinds of games, which kind of sucks.
Well, that's why a lot of the indie games have that sort of like 16-bit style, and because it's easier to
Yeah.
do in it than some complicated 3D engine with lighting effects and things like that. They haven't got the money for that.
Can I ask
That's
something?
one thing that's kind of weird is that there's a bunch of like 8-bit knockoff games, 16-bit knockoff games like SNES, NES. Why aren't there any N64 or PS1 kind of games?
Does anyone remember their first ever video game?
I think
I
my
can.
first
Yeah.
video game was. Oh, let me see if I remember this. I think it was one of the Dragon Ball games for the PS2.
Budokai?
Yeah, I think it was one of those. I think it was the second? I think it was the second.
Yeah.
Not sure.
Well,
I think actually.
did it have like a board game for the campaign? I'm being
No.
serious. Well, then it wasn't Budokai 2 because Budokai 2 had that stupid ass board game as their campaign.
Then it was probably the third or something.
Anyone
Mine
else?
was.
So
I
what
think I
was the
talked
question
about it
again?
at some point on my channel. It was a
Sorry.
game on. It was on the NES. It was called Tecmo Wrestling.
I recognise the name.
yeah.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
that's
Oh,
some thrift stores.
I may have
It
even played
wasn't
it.
my first video game. It was my first game on PC. It wasn't my first video game. My first video game was, I don't know, Streets of Rage, I think.
Oh, good one.
That's a pretty good one.
Classic.
That's a
Yeah.
damn
Yeah.
good
What
one.
was it?
Called
What was it?
Knuckle, in my version. Yeah.
Wait, are we
I
going
had
by?
Sega, and that's
Like,
that was my-
we're going by first video game that you can remember playing.
So
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah.
the one we not owned, but just played.
Yeah,
in
just what you
general.
played, like the first memory of a
Okay.
game.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Go.
Mine was then Wolfchild on the SNES.
Wolfchild?
Yes,
Never
Wolfchild.
heard of it.
Oh, that's excellent.
Never heard of it.
Does it have a different name in different places?
I don't think so.
Nope, just called Wolfchild.
It's called Wolfchild.
Yeah, never heard of it. So we've done the
Subtitles.
first games in general. What about like first violent game? First game to have blood. Mine was Doom.
Doom was great. There's a
Doom.
mod called
Doom was also it was the first violent game I ever played, the first shooter I ever played, and the first
User in
PC
your
game I ever
channel
played.
timed out.
I mean, again, I
Yeah.
feel like we've
It's
probably
free.
we've covered every single thing there is to cover.
Pretty much.
So
We haven't
There's a
talked
lot
about
more.
some things.
No, we've talked about everything.
so there is no need for any more podcasts. We've covered it all in episode 0. No, this is the point where we kill ourselves.
I think we might as
Yeah.
well could start well playing I don't know, Cards Against Humanity.
Hmm.
Yeah, we could play that.
I feel like we've played that too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
I
have.
just it isn't as funny anymore, is it?
There's never
No.
enough Cards Against Humanity.
I've seen all the cards now, and you know
Yeah.
it's
They're not
it's
shocking.
worn off.
It's
I
not.
have-
They're not as shocking anymore. Like
We
you get
did that, we can play
desensitized.
Left 4 Dead.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, Wolf, you just should be with us.
it's like when
first.
It's
like
like when
3 times we played it. So yeah.
it's like when your uncle comes and rapes you for the first time. And at first, it's quite shocking.
God.
But after a while, you get used to it. You start enjoying it. It's...
Oh,
And this is why he has to be a regular.
Now I-
Because
now I get why
who
you-
expected that when your uncle comes to rape you for the first time? I mean, who saw that coming?
wow.
It's incredible.
Just-
I mean, I've never done drugs, never gonna do them, so don't care.
Oh, mate,
Well,
should.
you are
They're
missing out.
Incredibly more. Yeah, they're incredibly more.
What was it we compared heroin to Pringles earlier?
Like Pringles.
You
Yeah.
compared heroin with sprinkles?
Yeah, it's kind of the same
Pringles is
thing.
pretty
It's like once you pop, do
Um,
you know what I mean?
I don't know.
Let
Pringles
me
was
give a
better.
good advice to everyone. If you do drugs, you will end up as a wolf that is basically a ghost, a barkeeper, a car painter.
It's basically saying you must do drugs.
Oh come on.
Basically saying, when you do drugs, you end up like me.
How come I?
With a rape dungeon.
Rapists?
There's 3 things that are comparable, and it's drugs, Pringles, and virgins. Once you pop,
Exactly.
It's
I think
never
we've-
It's never the same.
I think we've perfectly summed up drugs. It's we've
Papa,
covered
Yeah.
it.
Papa.
Yo.
It's like saying a Porsche is like a virgin. It's hard to get in, but when you're in, you feel good.
Oh, brilliant.
pretty much.
I love
Yeah,
this.
yeah, okay.
See, this
Just
is
for all the petrol heads out there.
just great as well for
Comic
like
senses.
any kids that might be watching. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, give
I do feel like
Fuck
it.
you.
I didn't intend it, but I think this has got a very family-friendly vibe to it. This podcast.
if-
I feel.
I love this guy.
If there are any children that want to get in touch,
Take
my
it.
email
Oh,
address
grab your
is
motif and get out of here.
And this only
My email
listen
address
rock and
is
roll
little kid
because we
lover.
have Sex and drugs.
Oh, he's quickly typing up, kids.
Oh, Jesus.
Yep, right in chat.
See, where's Venice? He's the expert.
He's the expert. Where is
Well, he'll be on Pokemon Go setting some lures up or something. You know what he's like.
that's it. Yeah.
That or he's got trapped in the toilet again.
he?
Basically, I got Venice locked up in my grape cellar, grape dungeon. So
Yeah, or that.
yeah.
Or he's probably eating some Pringles. I don't know.
Was that what the screaming was I heard?
Yeah, that
Maybe.
was the screaming that you heard.
Poor
It
bastard.
was the grape dungeon.
We're just making sure we've got all grounds covered, basically. Do you know what I
We
mean?
have sex, drugs.
There's something
we
for
listen to
everyone.
Rock and roll. We have cars.
I feel like it's educational more than anything.
Educational.
We should. I
wish.
should list it as educational. To be honest, I think
Yeah.
this can be played back in schools and nurseries and.
If you were
Who
to
cares?
make like a video game about if you were allowed to make a video game with the biggest budget that you can have with any size budget, what would your game be about?
Right. Mine would be called AIDS Hunter, and it would be about
Jesus.
it would be about frequenting men's toilets, like well-known cottaging spots. And trying to catch AIDS as fast as you can.
You
And
see-
the highest score is the one to get it.
I'm not gonna lie, I have a notebook full of ideas and stuff, and it's like, yeah.
You just what a notebook full of like
Actually,
prostitutes with
wouldn't
knives
you?
in their faces and things like that. So there you go. There's something right there. What's the biggest jump scare you've ever had in a game? What is like genuinely shit you up?
A good
Fucking
scare.
Lisa, if that counts. If
Who?
he counts as games, so
What?
yeah. Fucking Lisa.
What was the ending
Lisa.
of that game?
Who's Lisa?
Lisa
Which
from
Lisa?
PT.
There's
I
Oh.
had nightmares like for a couple of months.
Oh, is
and
Lisa the one
I
from?
had to use it to scare.
No, which one's?
She's talking
From
about the
PT.
girl that was standing on the balcony, right?
Who's
My
Lisa?
girl that's all over the place in PT. They only go from PT.
Oh, PT.
One that got me really bad, but I don't want to say it because it's from Eternal Darkness. In just in
That's-
case no one's played through it.
Yeah.
I haven't played it through, and you're making the let's play on it, aren't you?
Yeah, so I don't really
It's
want to say
not-
anything.
It's not the bit
Yeah.
with the bath, is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
It's
just
that
was
got
not
me
expecting it, and it proper caught me off guard.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
one that
so-
really stands out to me. You know, one week we could
Fucking prick.
talk about. Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry.
No.
What?
What happened?
I think
He's just calling me a prick.
I just heard fucking prick. And I was like, oh god, sorry.
I won't talking to y'all. Sorry.
Was that last time when he just suddenly went, oh, this is boring? He speaks his mind. I like it. As I said, I like the honesty. I'm not sure what I did to get that, but okay, he's fapping.
Not me.
There's
man.
always someone, and there's always got to be one.
I do it. I'm just silent doing it. I'm
Well, yeah,
stealthy.
you do it right. That's fine,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. Through many years of doing it.
I mean,
in
sometimes I
children's
can hear a
playgrounds,
little
not
bit of
getting
strain in the voice, but other than that, it's...
caught. Many years of rustling in the bushes. You know what I mean? And doing it silently without getting caught. So. Perfected.
Oh, God.
Fuck.
But yeah, this is the end of the podcast, so we'll wrap it up here.
Alright.
Oh Jesus!
The sort of.
There we go. That's the perfect way to end. That'll leave people in suspense. We just hear Wolf going, "Oh Jesus," and then it ends. People are gonna be like, "I need to know what happened." They're gonna be tuning in for the next one.
Definitely need to do that.
Brilliant, Wolf. Fantastic. You just got yourself a regular spot. Amazing.